welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Hannah Blackwell, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my Witchy TBR. It is spooky season, and I am so glad that you're joining me here today. I am so pumped to be sharing with you all of the books that I want to read that have witches in them. I have 10 books here that I am super excited to get to. I am currently filming a witch vlog, so I am reading witchy books, watching witchy movies, and so stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you're interested. And you can even click the notification bell if you want to be notified when that is uploaded. So if there's any books in here that you want me to read, make sure to let me know down in the comments. Click the like button if you like videos like this. And if you're interested in following me on other social media platforms, that's all going to be linked down below. Now, I've read a lot of witchy books and even recently read some witchy books that I have really adored. So obviously anything that I have read that maybe you don't know about won't be on this list, but I've got 10 books here that I cannot wait to read, and let's just go ahead and get into my Witchy TBR. The first book on this list is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. So this book is about a town that is haunted by 3 witches who were drowned centuries ago, and basically they seek revenge by luring boys into the harbor. And so it's about a boy who is in danger of being lured in and a girl who tries to save him. And I'm really excited to read this. This is a little bit different because this is more like ghost witches, but it's still, from what I know quite a witchy book. And I hear it's got tons of atmosphere. So I really want to pick this one up soon if I can. The next book on this list is a recent haul, and that is Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harlow. This book is about the Eastwood sisters who are fighting for their right to vote, and they basically reconnect with their heritage as witches in order to accomplish this goal. So this is set in the late 1800s, but it has a lot of discussion of the past of Salem. It's set in New Salem, and yeah, it just follows a bunch of suffragists that get a little bit witchy. And I've heard wonderful things about this book. I've heard that it is really, really well written and just really, really great. So I'm hoping to get to this fall, but we'll see. I do have an extensive witchy TBR. The next book on this list is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. Now, I've heard that this book is like a dark academia meets a romance, but paranormal. So that really has me very interested. This is about a romance between a witch and a vampire, and it's set at a university. And that sounds super right up my alley. This is set at Oxford's Bodleian Library, and Diana Bishop is the main character in this story. She is a witch. Witches and vampires are not supposed to mix. Other supernatural beings or paranormal beings are not supposed to communicate with each other because it basically risks them being found out. And she basically discovers a manuscript at this library and tries to hide it, but somehow it attracts demons and all sorts of other creatures, including the vampire that becomes her love interest. So it sounds really good. I hear it's passionate. I hear it is fun. I hear it's a little bit pretentious, but hopefully not too much. I guess we'll find out. But I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. Next, I have a book that I should be reading soon because it is on my September TBR, and that is Slewfoot by Brom. This is about a woman who is ostracized from her village, and it's set during the Puritan times in America, and it is about this woman who is ostracized because she is widowed, and an ancient spirit awakes called Slewfoot. And she turns to this Slewfoot for help. And so this is like a creepy horror atmospheric witchy book. And it's also got very cool illustrations because Brom is an illustrator. So like I'm guessing, yeah, this is Albitha, the main character. So yeah, it's got those kinds of vibes. I hear it's kind of like The Witch. It's some pretty scary drawings, but yeah, I am looking forward to picking this one up. I feel like it's gonna really be spooky and atmospheric, and I cannot wait for it. I feel like you're gonna hear me say that a lot during this video. I just can't wait to read it. But it's true. It's really true. I love witchy books. So the next one is also on my September TBR, and this should probably have similar vibes to Slewfoot because it is set in the same time period in the Puritan times in America, and this is about a girl who is lured into the forest and finds powers within herself. And so I hear this very gothic. This woman basically becomes a witch, or realizes that she's a witch, and she is lured into this forbidden forest. And I mean, forbidden forest, witches, gothic, horrific, all of the vibes that I want right now. So I'm really excited that both this and Slewfoot are on my September TBR, and I will hopefully be picking them up very shortly. Okay, so the next books that I have on this list are all books that I don't currently have copies of, so I'm just gonna pop them all up right here. The first one is The Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, and that is a book that I heard about recently from Riley Marie because she has just read this, and she said that it was very cozy, and almost, I think she likened it to a mixture between like Practical Magic and The House in the Cerulean Sea. And I haven't finished The House in the Cerulean Sea because, but it wasn't because I wasn't liking it. It's just, I think I was entering a reading slump at the time, and so I want to go back to it. But Practical Magic is one of my favorite movies. Haven't read the books, but I just think that sounds amazing, and so I'm excited to read it. I think that in this world, like, witches are basically immediately orphaned. Like, once a witch is born, their parents die, and so all witches are orphans, and like if witches come together, then magic is attracted to that area, so they try to keep witches separate from each other. And that's all I really know. I think that there might be like a romance in this book as well, so it just sounds really cozy and cute, and I really want to get to it. Another book that I really want to read is The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. This book is about witches who control the weather, I believe. So, and then it also incorporates themes of climate change. So our main character basically is what is called an Everwitch, and so she has the power of all of the seasons, but the price of her magic is very high. I think it may involve losing a loved one. So if she's going to basically save the world or deal with the problem at hand, which involves losing control of nature, then she has a really steep price to pay. But so it sounds like there's a little bit of like a chosen one trope, and then witches and commentary on climate change, and the cover especially gives me super fall vibes. I think that it takes place in autumn, and so I would love to get to this season, but we'll see if I do. Either way, this is definitely on my TBR for books I really want to get to that center around witches. The next book on this list is a new release, and that is Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. I believe this book is set in England, and it surrounds a group of friends who are all witches. I think this may be set during the suffragette time, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. And it's described as a cross between discovery of witches and the craft. So that sounds very interesting to me, and I've heard some pretty good things about this. This is a new release. A lot of people were talking about this back when it was first came in a book box. I can't remember which one, but it was a book box release too. And so I really would like to get to this because I have heard some great things, and there's a good amount of hype around this book right now. The next book on this list is The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling, which I believe is a pen name for Rachel Hawkins. This is a like rom-com about a witch that is down on her luck and accidentally hexes her boyfriend. And I think it's like a rom-com, and it's supposed to be really cute and fun read. This, I remember, came out last fall, and I think it was like a book of the month book, and I remember really wanting to read it then, but I just wasn't able to get to it. I love the idea of a witchy rom-com. It makes me think of Bewitched, which used to be one of my favorite shows growing up. So I definitely want to check this one out and see how it is. And finally, I have a book that I only just recently heard about, but is a book that's a series that's been out for a long time. That's Kim Harrison's series that starts with Dead Witch Walking. And this is a witchy book that also has like other paranormal creatures in it, like vampires and such. It's kind of dark. I think there's some mysteries involved. I think that there is some romance as well. And I heard about this series recently from Cass K, who said that her series, Legacy Witches, is comparable to Dead Witch Walking. So that definitely sparked my interest, and I want to check this one out. It's reminding me of some of those other like paranormal romance series that came out around the same time. I mean, we're talking like J.R. Ward, Sherilyn Kenyon, a lot of, Patricia Briggs, a lot of those kind of paranormal romance series. It's got those vibes, but witchy. And so I don't know if the smut level's on the same level, but I know it's considered like a paranormal romance mystery type of urban fantasy. So I definitely want to check that one out soon if I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this list of my top 10 witchy books that I want to read. There are other witchy books that I would love to pick up as well. This list is by no means a complete list of all of the books that have witches in them that I want to read, but this is definitely the books that are the highest on my priority list for witchy books that I would like to pick up. So if you guys have any other witchy book recommendations that you can give me, I'd love those down below in the comment section. Just let me know what your favorite witchy book is, or if there's any other books on this list or any other witchy books that you want to pick up. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and click the subscribe button too if you want more content like this. Make sure to click that notification bell so you can be updated every time I post new videos, including my upcoming witchy vlog. All of my social media is going to be linked down below. Love to see you there on my Goodreads, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Until next time, keep reading and living your best life.
But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.